tensions ran high as Vusimuzi, Cat Matlala, and his co-accused appeared before the commission this Monday for the continuation of the murder trial. One of the most intense moments unfolded when Matlala's lawyer launched a relentless cross-examination of the police officer responsible for processing both the 4th Road and 5th Road crime scenes. The defense repeatedly questioned the officer's handling of the investigation, arguing that crucial South African police service procedures were not properly followed. As the questioning intensified, the courtroom heard detailed challenges to the way the 2 crime scenes were managed. Was proper procedure followed, or were critical mistakes made during the investigation? Watch the clips and decide for yourself. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy our courtroom coverage, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.
As your role on the day in question, we know that you assessed the situation on your version of events, correct?
Go ya ka se wena o se boletseng ka tsatsi le le ra tseba gore wena o ile assessa situation a ke go ya ka se o se boletseng mo botlhatsing ba gago go jwalo correct?
You were dealing on your version of events with 2 different crime scenes, one at 8th Road and one at 5th Road, correct?
Go ya ka botlhatsi ba gago le se wena o se boletseng wena o no lebellane le di crime scene tse pedi ele leng ko 8th Road le leng ko 5th Road go jwalo
ya 8th Road ne shejele Captain Totetse.
The scene at 8th Road was left with Captain Totetse.
But let me ask you this. Before you moved away as the person in charge of this overall operation on the particular day in question, I assume you were the person that said, listen, 8th Road is also a crime scene because we know from everything that we heard that it was designated and regarded as a crime scene, correct?
Pele ga gore o tloge wena ko 8th Road a kere go ya ka botlhatsi se o se boletse gore le yona ne ile crime scene e ne ile wena pele ga gore wena o se pele o se Captain Tsotsetse e ne ile wena motho re ka monkang ya ka first responder mo scene go jwa correct?
And I assume, sir, that I was correct in my understanding that as the person in charge, you the person that made the decision that 8th Road must also be regarded as a so-called crime scene.
Ke bolela jalo ke nkela gore ya ka wena o boletse gore 8th Road le yona ke crime scene ko wena o ile wa nka gore e tshwanetse gore e beiwe ya ka crime scene correct?
Now, it says under C, you must maintain the first responder's report, correct?
Mo go number C e re tshwanetse gore o maintain first responders report go jwa correct?
Then continues, ensure that all unauthorized persons are removed from the crime scene and that they remain outside the outer cordon, correct?
E re gape ko number D tshwanetse gore o wetse sure gore batho ba sa dumelelwang ba tlosa mo sining ebile sini ya kwalwa correct?
Now, can I assume again, you being the person overall in charge on that particular day, that you made sure that there's a crime scene cordon at 8th Road, that people that were not supposed to be there are removed outside there, but everything is under control before you left to 5th Road, correct?
Ya le ke nkela gore wena ya ka motho ne ile yena a leng in control or in charge mo go di scene tseo wena o ile netefatsa gore scene eo e go 8th Road ya ka o ile gore ke scene o tsama mo di stepeng se ka o fela tse ba di beileng mo gore o ntsha batho ba sa tshwanang gore ba be gona o etsa sho gore ona batho ba sa tshwanang gore ba tsene ka mo sineng ba tsene ebile wa khodona scene correct?
And we know from your evidence that you were then also the person when you went back to 5th Road that was in charge at 5th Road, correct?
Gape ke tlankela gore ya ka go ya ka botlhatsing ba gago wena o itse ha so ya o khutlela ko sineng ya 5th Road wena no le in charge gape mo sineng eo correct?
Good. Now let's go over to the controlling phase, and this is what's the important phase for us in this matter. That is under paragraph 11 on page 9 of 27.
Are paragraph 11 o leng mo page 9 ya page 27 mo ba bolelang gona ka phase ya go controller scene.
Now again, paragraph 1 here says the first responder must execute all the duties of the crime scene commander until the handover of the crime scene commander has been completed.
Number 1 ka tlasa paragraph 11 e re first responder mo seleng e tshwanetse gore e etse mosebetsi ko scening ya ka crime scene commander go fitlhella mo a etsa handover ya gage go crime scene commander ha se if a feditse.
Can I again accept, based on your evidence, that you were in control and you did the duties until such time as the crime scene commander, that is the person that was now going to examine the crime scene, arrived at the crime scene, correct?
And klankela gore ko wena no le meetapele in control go fitlhela mo o ila handa over gona go fitlha crime scene commander go ya.
Councillor, I quickly gore crime scene feng ya 8 or ya 5 pele ke araba.
Can council elaborate which scene, 8th scene or 5th scene?
So we're speaking about the 5th scene. We now know from your evidence that you, after you did what you're supposed to do at 8th Road, you've left till Tetsi there, you now at 5th Road.
Scening ya 5th Road.
Ja, ek het nie.
Correct.
Now let's go through the duties that you were supposed to execute until such time as you handed over that crime scene to the crime. It says, the first responder, upon arrival at the scene, but we know you're already at the scene, must, after taking all the necessary steps to prevent the contamination or disturbance on the crime scene. Correct.
A re lebella ga mosebetsi o tshwanetse wena o dire ko crime scene ya ka crime scene commander ma re sheba number 2 e re tshwanetse gore o nke di steps tse latelang ya ka first responder mara ke re bona ra itse gore o bo so le gona mo scene o ra o fitlha ko scene o tshwanetse gore o nke digato tse tshwanetseng gore o thibelle gore bohlatsi bo contaminate or bohlatsi bo disturbiwe go jwa. Correct.
So I can accept that you agree with me that you took all necessary steps that was necessary at 5th Road to prevent contamination and disturbance of that crime scene. Correct?
Ya no ke tla nkela gore wena o ile dira tsotlhe tse tshwanetse gore wena o be o di dirile gore go ska contaminate or go ska disturbiwa bohlatsi ba gago. Correct?
So let's just skip Roman 1, Roman 2, Roman 3. Now let's go to Roman 4. Are you with me? It says the following. Arrange for the suspect to be removed from the crime scene as soon as possible if an arrest has been made. Correct.
Re santsane re le ka tlasa number 2 ko paragraph 2 ko A re ko number 4 re tshwanetse gore wena o arrange gore the suspect di a tlosiwa mo crime scene ka tshoganyetso go jwa. Correct.
Now did you do that, sir?
No, I did not.
Now, whilst I'm on this particular point, what does the Criminal Procedure Act say? What must you do with a person that's been arrested after you arrested him?
Are lebelle mo criminal procedure yona e re o tshwanetse gore wena o dire jwang ka motho o mo swereng ka morago gore mo swara o etsa
ere o santse detainiwa a ishiwe police station ya gaufi a yo process.
Says the person that has been arrested must be detained and taken to the nearest police station to be processed.
Correct. And when you say that, we know you're referring to section 50 sub 1 of the Criminal Procedure Act, where it says, any person who is arrested with or without a warrant for allegedly committing an offence or for any other reason shall, as soon as possible, be brought to a police station or, in the case of arrest by a warrant, to any other place which is expressly mentioned in the warrant. Correct?
How bolela se o bolela ka section 50 sub 1 mo e reng motho o swereng ka ntle le go warrant o tshwanetse gore ka tshoganyetso a tsamaisiwe a iswe ko police station o lefelo leo re ka le bonang ka police station until go fitlhela nako ya mo gore go boniwe warrant ya gago e bolela jwalo correct
Now, sir, I am correct that you didn't do on the day in question, correct?
ke bolela nnete ke re wena wa dira seo ka tsatsi leo go jwalo correct
Not only did you contravene the national instruction that I just read out to you, but you also contravened Section 50, Sub 1 of the Criminal Procedure Act by not making sure these people are immediately taken to a police station.
wena ha wa tlola national instruction ya lona o tlotse gape le molao wa Criminal Procedure Act section 51 e reng ha o fetsa o tshwara motho tshwanetse gore o mo tsamaise wena ha wa etsa jwalo go jwalo correct
Let's move on to 5. With due consideration of the integrity of physical evidence, assist the injured persons if the member is competent and certified, or contact the relevant authorities as a matter of priority. You see sub 5.
Number 5 e re o tshwanetse gore ha ro a sheba le ka integrity le integrity ya bohlatse ba gago o tshwanetse gore o thuse ha iba gona le batho ba lemetseng mole o ba thuse ha iba gona le wena wa gona ona le tsebo gore ka ba thusa jwang batho ba ba lemetseng ha iba o gone o tshwanetse gore o contacte batho ba ka gonang gore ba thusa ka tshwanyetso. Yes, that is correct.
Now let's go to, because we need to read these few paragraphs together, these sub-paragraphs. 5 says, document the place where the injured person was found and make notes accordingly. And Romans 7, record the particulars of the injured person and emergency personnel in the casualty log, Annex D4. Correct.
Number 6 e re tshwanetse gore o ngwale lefelo mo motho a lemetseng gona mo le mo goditseng gona le ngwale di notes go ka tsela e tshwanetseng again a fetsa le record gape di particulars tsa motho o le tsa ba molatileng maybe ba di ambulance ha eba go le batho ba di ambulance mo go casual log Annex D4. Correct.
Now we know from the evidence, according to what you've stated to the court, that whilst you were there in the presence of one of the accused person or the persons that you arrested, that person became or fell ill. He was injured, well, let's call him, he fell ill. Did you document that anything pertaining to where he started coughing up blood, what the time was, what exactly happened?
go ya ka bohlatse ba gago ra itse gore ka nako o na le ba babedi ba gananelo ba hao ba babedi o mongwe wa bona o ileng a bajwa a le mo sining yaanong wena o ile ngola fatshe gore motho o ka nako so go lefelong le so o la simolla a gotlola
ya go gotlola a ka ingwala because mangwe a gotlola le nna 2 days ke le so ke na le go gotlola so ile na kwa thomo go hlola ga gola re mona go hlola ma ke yona na ke le khutile.
When he started coughing, I did not document it because any other person can cough. Even now when I'm sitting here, I cough. I only started documenting it when I saw him coughing excessively. When he started coughing up blood, that's when I documented it.
And where did you document it?
Umwezigai. It is contained in my diary that I called an ambulance to assist him, reason being his coughing.
We're going to come back to this point in due course. Let's go to B.
Ariego number B.
So that one, if you can quickly read through it, I want to skip it, but if there's anything relevant in it, you're more than welcome to point it out.
If relevant That's how I know B also.
Okay. C. The first responder must direct the emergency services and other official role at the scene to prevent evidence from being disturbed or contaminated.
Number C, e first responder, it's one of yona, e bontshang ba emergency services, mo tshwantse ba yeng, le ba bang ba tlang, ba sepodisha gore ke kae ba ka bo tshwaneng gore ba ye gona, ke mo ke kae mo ba sa tshwanang gore ba ye gona, go thibela gore ba disturbe bohlatsi bo leng gona sining. That's correct.
Now again, sir, from your evidence, it's quite clear and you conceded it. You allowed people to go onto that crime scene, people like the ambulance people, etc. Correct?
Go ya ka bohlatsi ba gago wena o ile wa dumela batho gore ba tsene mo sining batho ba tshwanang le batho ba di ambulance. Correct.
Now, so I'd like you to go to the 17th of April, your diary. My Lord, I can't recall what the exhibit was. I think it was M, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently it wasn't handed in, but the witness has got his diary here. So I'm inviting you to look at your diary, the 17th, on that particular page. And show me where, one, you made a note of the fact that accused one was coughing up blood, and two, where you noted, as you're supposed to do, when you contacted the emergency services or the ambulance, and who those people were, as you're supposed to do.
Bele mhlomphe re gopela gore o re bontshe mo go diary ya di 17 gore ke kae mo ngwetseng teng gore wena o ile wa founela ba di ambulance o boletse le mang ke mang o tlileng a tlela mang go singing le lebaka la gore o mmitse.
Kansela ka gopola gore ke tlhalositse gore a se nna ke founne ke delegate a fa motho phone gore a dire dikopo.
I would like to remind counsel that I did mention that I'm not the one who contacted the ambulance. I delegated a member and I handed the member my state-provided phone to contact the ambulance.
So please answer the question I've just asked you.
A kere question ya kansela kore gore ke mmontshe gore ke kae mo ke ngwetseng gore ke founetse ambulance, so na go sena gore nka ngwala ke delegate.
Your question, counsel, says I must show you on my diary on the 17th where I documented or noted down that I called and who I called for and who came. But it was impossible for me to do that because I delegated. It wasn't me who called.
So there's two problems with your answer. One, you a few seconds ago told us you wrote it down in your diary. And I put it to you, it's clear that it's not been written down in your diary, that the ambulance were called, whether you did it or not. Who the names of those people are is not recorded there. Neither says the fact that accused number one was coughing up blood recorded in your diary. Again, something you told the court you did, you noted in your diary.
Re na le mathata mabedi gobane wena o boletse gore wena o ngwetse fase go diary ya gago nna ke re mpontshe gore ke go diary ya gago ka di 17 ke kae mo ngwetseng gona gore o ile wena mogananelo o so o ile a simolola wa gotlola madi wena wa fa mang phone gore a phone le ba di ambulance go tlile bo mang ba di ambulance ha eyo
no ka wana ke le mogano gore mo diary ya ka e dira but mo statement in saka ke dirile.
I'm only realizing now that I made a mistake that it's not written on my diary, but it is contained on my statement.
And then lastly, so I want to direct you to point F, small f, where it says that you need to maintain access control and an access lock at the crime scene. Correct?
Gape ha re ya go page 10. Paragraph 11, number 2, mo F. Ere o tshwanetse gore ko wena o tshwanetse gore wena o lebelle gore o maintain gore ke mang ya tsenang le a tswang mo go sining ya gago ka o ngola mo go log register ya lona.
Sorry, what number you're referring to? Page 11?
My Lord, it's page 10.
Page 10, yes.
Of 27, 3F.
Thank you.
So did you control and did you maintain an access lock pertaining to the crime scene at 5th Road? Yes or no?
O bile le yona access log go ya ka scene ya lona e leng ko 5th Road.
No.
No.
Lord, I'm at this point going to beg leave to hand up this national instruction to the Honourable Court. It is going to become more relevant later on in these proceedings vis-a-vis other crime scenes. But I think it's a good time to hand it up at this point in time.
Okay,
Will be Exhibit Q, my lord.
thank you.
Now, sir, you will agree with me.
Sorry, 1 second. The National Instruction 1 of 2015 relating to crime scene management is accepted on the record as Exhibit Q.
Thank you, my lord.
For 20.
Now, sir, you will agree with me if one has regard to simply only the photographs that's contained in the album that was disclosed by the state, that was compiled from photographs taken by the crime scene investigators. You and your team left that house in total disarray and chaos. Correct?
Ha re ka lebella dinepe tse ba re neileng tsona tsa crime scene ko Fifth Road, wena le ba team ya gago ga le sepela mo scening e le sile ntlo ele e kopa
A ke tsebe le ra e kopakopane le ra bjang.
I don't understand when you say left in disarray. How do you mean?
So nothing was packed away as you're supposed to do after you search a crime scene. Everything was dumped on the floor.
Nelisa,
Things were just moved like somebody took his arm and threw things out of the cupboards, threw it on the floors.
Nelisa pakela dilo ka tsela eno tshwantse re le pakele ka yona se le feditse o dira di investigations tsa lona ne ka re fela motho tsentse le tsogo ko khabetheng a re dilo fatshe ka go nkana tsona tswa tsamaya.
Hey, go bjang.
Yes, that's correct.
And despite you being the commanding officer on that day, you never gave instructions to any of your members to fix up that issue, to go and pack things back properly, as they're supposed to do, correct?
Ya ka wena o boletse gore ko wena no le in charge ha wa neelana ka di-instruction mo go di-member tsa gago gore busetsang dilo di pakege ka tsela e re di kgweditseng ka yona.
Hey, go bjang.
Correct.
So your evidence, sir, that you followed the law with precision, you're a commander that do things in the right way, is just not the truth.
Yaanong botlhatsi ba gago ba gore wena no le commander ke wena no ebile wena o sepela ka molao ka nako kana ha o le ko sini ga se nnete.
Because we've now... Sorry, just if you want to respond.
A felletse ke tlara.
You can continue after you after.
Because now we know for a
No,
fact...
but the question is, you did not follow the law as you were supposed to as a commander. What is your response?
Botso e re wena ha wa latela molao ka tsela o ne o tshwanetse gore o latele ka yona. Response ya gago ke eng?
Ke gore ko latetse ntho fela e ke sa e dirang ke gore after accused number 1 a se tša tsamaile ke dumelle di-member tšene di setša di boele ko ntlong di o bušetša dilo madulong.
I did follow the law as I should, my lord. The only thing that I did not do is that after accused number 1 left the scene, I did not allow or instruct my members to go back into the house to go pack things as they were.
But sir, but that's not the truth. So let's just objectively look at what you've told the court so far. We know for a fact that you did not follow National Instruction 1 Exhibit Q, the steps that you needed to follow. Correct?
Mara se nnete e wa ke re se re tseba gore wena ha wa latela di national instructions tsa lona. Number 1, ha wa ira di steps tse o tshwanetse gore o dinke ka o latelana ga tsona go jwa.
A se nnete councillor no ba a pinpointer tše leng gore
Bring the heat, Yazzie the vibe. Enter today and win big. Competition closes 30 September 2026.
It's just that council is only pinpointing what I did not follow as I should have followed on other seats.
tše dingwe tše ke di latetšeng a di count.
The ones that I did follow, you did not mention them or count them.
Sir, I pinpointed to you, but my learned friend is more than welcome to ask you to highlight what you did follow. I pinpointed to you the important ones that you should follow that you failed to follow.
Nna ke pinpointile tseo tse leng bohlokwa tse tshwanetse gore wena no tshwanetse gore o di latela. Mara colleague ya ka ha e batla gore o re bontshe o tla ira jwa.
Any comment?
Ona le comment?
No comment.
No comment?
We also know you've highlighted yourself the issue of the search, that you did not observe what the law says you need to do, the Criminal Procedure Act, when you do a search at a property, correct?
Ibile ra itse gore wena o boletse gore a wa ira se Criminal Procedure Act itse o tshwanetse gore o se ire ha o searcha o jwa.
A tlhaloshe gore o bolela ka efe.
Can you please explain
The Criminal Procedure Act
which section on the Criminal Procedure Act you're talking about?
So I'm not going to repeat it. We dealt with it on the last occasion, and you yourself, when I told you that you were not doing your duties properly, highlighted the fact that you left the crime scene in chaos.
Nka se boele morago re buile ka yona ebile o ile wena wa dumela gape ha ke nna ke hlaisa gore e sile ntwele ele kopakopang wena wa dumela gape.
Captain Sekopela, did you understand the last question?
Putshwe ya mafelelo o ile utlwisisa?
a ka ikutlwisa that's why ne ke kgopela councillor.
No, my lord, hence I asked the council to explain.
Ms. Van Heerden, the witness indicates that he did not understand your last questions. Could you perhaps maybe just be kind enough just to repeat it so that he understands?
So the last question relates to your own answer. On your own version, one of the things you failed to do as the person in charge on that day was to deal with the crime scene as the Criminal Procedure Act says you must deal with it. Do a search in an organized way with respect for the people whose property you search.
Putso ya mafelelo e tsamaisana le karabe ya gore lona le sile mole o sa thagala le wena gore no go sa dilo ne di sa bewe ka tsela eno tshwanetse gore beiwe ka yona ka gore wena ha le tsamaya mole le sile mole go kopakopana go tsho gore ha le etsa search go ya ka Criminal Procedure Act ka tsela eo no tshwanetse ka bile dirile ka yona.
Oh, ke nnete.
If you put it like this, yes, I do agree with you.
Now let's go to the third issue that stands out like a sore thumb. You were supposed immediately upon effecting arrest of these people to take them to the nearest police station. That you also didn't do.
A re bolela gape ka e nngwe gore no tshwanetse gore ka morago gore o tshware batho ba o ba tshwereng o ba tsamaise ko police station e leng gaufi le wena ka nako eo ntho o sa e dirang le wena.
A se nnete eo because nako e re fetšwe motshwarela meda ne re santse o ya gape ro recovera koloi e ba e berekišitšeng go commita that crime.
That is not true, because after we arrested the accused for the murder case, we were supposed to take him to the place where
Sorry, 1 second. Does accused number 3 want a pen? Can you just give accused number 3 a pen, please? Okay. Here you go. Here's it. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Ene lebaka le leng
o itse wena a se nnete no tshwanetse gore a se nnete after le mo tshwaretse polao no tshwanetse gore le mo tsamaise mo le tlo re coverang koloi ne ba e šomisa ka.
eh.
It's not true, my lord, because after we arrested them for the murder charge, we were supposed to take them to a place where we were going to discover or recover the vehicle that was used in the commission of the murder.
Address e koloi ne ile go yona ke e accused number 1 re mo išitšeng go yona
And the address where that vehicle was is the address that we took accused number 1 to.
And ka morago ga go recover koloi ne go sena gore re ka mo isa police station re ramile ambulance.
And after recovering that motor vehicle, there was no way that we could take him to the police station, and we called an ambulance for him.
Anything else you'd like to add, sir?
How okay, right.
No.
What time did you take Mr. Tau to the police station? That was the other person who was arrested with accused number 1.
We are accused number 1 here, and police station.
We did late. Ke shock nako e tla hloka captain Tsotetsa yara.
He was taken late to the police station. I'm not sure of the time, but Captain Totete will be able to respond.
Again, sir, he's taken late. In other words, long after long after the time you should have taken him to the police station. In other words, after he was arrested, we know already at 8th Road, according to your evidence.
I know how we situate ke go jore o nkiwe mara o isitswe ka mara ga nako go tloga nako e le motshwereng ka yona ko 8th Road. Correct.
So even when it comes to him, let's forget for a single second about accused number 1 that was taken to a police to a hospital. In fact, not even directly, was driven around with. Even Mr. Tau was not taken straight to the police station as per the Criminal Procedure Act.
A re lebala ganyane ka mogana lo mathomo gore le yena o ile a siwa sepetlele ebile ha siwa straight sepetlele ba ile ba drive around le yena pele go gore ba mo isa sepetlele le Tau le yena ka mora gore a tshwariwe a zanga nkiwe ka nako ya go tshwariwa ka yena a isiwe police station.
That
is correct.
Now, sir, we've been provided by the state with the case information that comes out of the LCRC file that was compiled on that day in question. And I just want to put 1 or 2 things to you that I've noticed from this particular document. Let me ask you for the record, what is the difference between the TRT and a tracking team? Or is it the same thing?
I wasn't here.
It's not the same thing.
Tell me, what does the tracking team do?
Tracking team when I
I can say the main date teacher when I go fail, but ke shock at your page.
I'm not sure of all their main dates, but I do not know of all their main dates, but I am sure of 2 of them.
Tell us those.
Go assista, go tracker the suspect, the wanted suspect, the committee leng the serious and violence crime.
Okay, to assist in tracking suspects that are suspected of committing a serious and a violent crime.
Lego executor the J50.
And to execute J50s.
Badula ba supporta the other units ka the operation chabo.
And another one is they always assist other units in the execution of their operations.
One of the other tasks that they have is to keep an eye out, observe and watch suspects, correct?
I from counselor.
I was not aware of that, but I'm learning from the council. Thank you very much.
So I want to also, so let me just put it to you this way. I've noticed on page 2 of 23 that present at this crime scene and the person that requested the LCRC to come to the crime is a Mr. van der Mesh of the DPC tracking team. Do you know who this person is?
Ke ha ke lebela record e tswang go LCRC ka bona mo page 2 and page 23 gore motho o ileng a tsenya ke van der Mesh wa motho.
ya ke ena bola ne ke re ke warrant ya seneme ya o sokodisha ke rile re mmitsa ka pora.
Yes, that's the warrant officer that I said his surname is difficult, the one that we refer to as Bora.
Yeah. And when did he, what was he doing at the crime scene? Let me ask you that.
Yena crime scene na ring.
e nngwe ya di-task e ke reng ke go supporta the other units.
One of the tasks that I mentioned as supporting other units.
And when did he arrive at the crime scene? When did he arrive either at 8th Road or at 5th Road?
Yena o fitlhile neng go scene. The scene number 80, I was rolela ka number go scene ya go 8th Road o fitlhile neng. I was rolela gore o fitlhile go crime scene ya 5th Road o fitlhile neng.
A ko 80 nka sa tsebe but o fitlhile ke setse ke chiefile ko.
I wouldn't know at 8th Road because when you arrived, I had already moved from the scene.
Was he present at 5th Road? Yes or no?
Vale gona ko 5th Road.
Eh.
Yeah, or hour.
Go sa la fitlhe.
Yes, he did arrive.
Did he arrive before or after you at 5th Road?
Fitlhile pele ga gago or fitlhile morago ga gago?
O fitlhile ka morago ga ka.
After me.
Now I've noticed further, sir, and I'd like your comment on this. According to the crime scene investigator, he arrived at the crime scene, according to his notes, at approximately 10 to 10. Correct?
Go ya
Or what is your comment on it? May I ask you this?
ka di notes tse yena Bora o fitlhile go scene ka 10 to 10. Wena o ka ba le comment ka seo?
Khansela mpotšiša question a e hlwekiše gore o ra ko 8 or ko 5th.
Counsel, may you please explain properly when you posing a question to me? Are you talking about 8th Road or 5th Road?
Sir, I'm putting it to you as exactly the way it's said in here. He indicates the arrival time as 9:50, seen as found. That's what he says.
Na ke bala seo ke se bonang a se ngwetseng mo le mo fatshe mo reporting ba re neileng yona or arrival at scene ke 09:50 as found.
E tlo ba boima gore ke arabe question e so kana a ke ikwešiše.
It will be difficult for me to respond to that question because I don't understand it.
Arrive o ra kae?
Let me put
When
it to
he
you.
says arrive, which place is he talking about?
Sir, I want your comment. Does it sound right or you don't know or what you want to say about it?
Ha ke batle nna ke batla comment ya gago fela gore o fitlhile kae or neng ke so nna gore nka ingwetseng gore nako ya ingwetseng gore o fitlhile ka yona mo singing o utlwagala e le right go ya ka dilo tse di diragetseng ka di-17 go ya ka wena na.
Ai ke tla re no comment.
I would say no comment.
Do you know which scene did he arrive at first? The one on 8th Road or the one on 5th Road?
Now wa itse gore yena o fitlhile ko singing e feng la mathong ko singing ya 8th Road or ko singing ya 5th Road.
Ge yena a sa hlaloša aowa nka sa tsebeng.
If he doesn't explain that, then I wouldn't know.
Do you know what time the crime scene investigators arrived at 5th Road?
Well, crime scene investigators are fitlhile nako mang ko 5th Road.
Ke confirm gore o bolela ka LCRC or o ra di-IO tša case.
For confirmation, are you talking about LCRC or the investigating officers of this case?
The LCRC, sir.
LCRC.
Ke tla re around lunch.
I'll say around lunch.
Now, according to your recollection, so first of all, you're not sure. Let me just confirm. You're not very sure about this, correct?
a re beso wena ga o sure ka seo go jwang?
ke tlo re ke accurate ka nako.
I would say I'm not accurate on time.
Because nowhere did you make a note from which this honourable court can establish from your own notes what time they arrived at Fifth Road. Correct?
A gona mo wena o entseng di-notes gore court e ka e šomisa gore e kgone go bona gore LCRC e fitlhile nako mang go jwang?
E bjalo.
Correct.
Were you the person at Fifth Road that indicated to them what you found important at that crime scene, what you wanted them to do for you, what you wanted them to take photographs of?
Wena motho o ile a bontsha ba LCRC gore ke eng o batlang gore ba nke dinepe, ke eng o batlang gore ba nke ya ka botlhatsi, ke eng o batlang gore ba se dire go seng go jwang? Wena motho a ne a bontsha ba tlileng go seng LCRC o batla gore ba dire eng, o batla gore ba nke dinepe kae, o batla gore ba nke eng ya ka botlhatsi?
E bjalo.
Correct.
How many crime scene investigators were there? How many people did you see in these coveralls, these white LCRC coveralls taking photographs?
No go na le di-crime scene investigators tse ka go bone di-crime scene investigators tse ka batho ba LCRC ba kentseng di-overalls tse tso sweu mo sceneng le number 5 road.
Ba babedi.
2.
If possible, can you tell the court the names of these two people?
Ka gona gore o bolele court maina bona.
Sergeant Mogale and Colonel Botha.
Sergeant Mohale and Colonel Botha.
Yeah, ke bona ba itu.
And is it your evidence that both these gentlemen worked the crime scene at Fifth Road?
Ke botlhatsi ba gago gore bona ba babedi ke bona ne ba le busy mo crime scene go Fifth Road. Bona ne ba sebetsa crime scene.
Ke shoka Sergeant Mogale a ke tsebe karolo ya Colonel Botha gore ne ile advisor or le yena na le pizza a processor scene.
I'm sure about Sergeant Morale. I cannot confirm about Colonel Botha if maybe he was the advisor or if he was also busy with processing the scene.
So you can't really tell the court exactly what Botha was doing there at the crime scene, correct?
Ka mantswe a mangwe wena o kgone go bolelela gore ga o tsebe gore Botha ina na dira eng mo leseding. Ke jone.
Bona ke step up ke ba fa space ba dire mmereko wa bona.
I can't say I know because once I hand over the scene to them, I step back and let them do their job without disturbing.